Hey, I'm Scow, half the development team behind the new action roguelike, The Black Pool. With our first content patch after early access, we're now introducing our 8th elemental school, Void. This introduces 6 new abilities and 11 new upgrades. The Void elemental effect, which is applied with all Void elemental abilities, will increase the effects of all other abilities. So, on its own, Void effect doesn't really do much, but when combined with other skills, it can make your other abilities far more potent. With Fire, it increases the damage over time quicker. Ice will slow and freeze enemies quicker. Decay damage amplification will ramp up faster, and so on. The Quick Void ability launches a homing projectile that'll seek any targets along its path. It makes a great quick attack for those who want less emphasis on aiming and leading targets. It can be used to cleverly curve around armor parts of enemies that would normally block damage. And one of the upgrades for it allows for an instant cooldown. This allows for a chaining of several attacks in a concentrated burst. The Strong Void ability shoots an instant beam that grows a Void Crystal at the point it hits. Void Crystals pass any damage on that they receive, and they also deal that amount of damage as an echo. Effective use of this ability can really burst down enemies, and a nice side effect is it can be also used to highlight which enemies should be focused when playing co-op. The Void Area ability summons a Void Storm with 3 orbiting rifts. The center of the storm can absorb damage, resulting in increasing the orbit speed of the rifts around the storm. This increased orbit speed results in enemies being hit more often. Upgrades for the Area Void include adding more rifts, which greatly increases the area of the ability, and increasing the rate that the orbit speeds are improved by when the core takes damage. With these upgrades, a devastating amount of damage can be done to anything that's caught up in the storm. The Void Jump ability opens a Void Rift in open space and pulls the caster towards it. While requiring a bit more skill to master than some of the other jumps, effective use of this allows the caster to use their momentum to sling themselves around at good speed. One of the upgrade paths for the Void Jump transforms the endpoint into a damaging rift, allowing you to do some good damage if you're brave enough to get close and sling yourself around the enemies. The Void Dash is a short-range air dash that opens up a damaging rift that will orbit around the caster. These rifts will continue to orbit until they collide with an enemy. Initially, 2 of these rifts can be accumulated, orbiting you and being active at the same time. With upgrades, this can be improved up to 4 active orbiting rifts at once. And finally, the Void Rally pulls all enemies that fall within its radius to the center point. Combined with some area of effect abilities, this can take out a swarm of enemies in a hurry. So, hop in the game, give these new abilities a shot. As always, if you have any feedback on these, please let us know. There was a lot more pushed out with this patch. New enemies were added, tweaks to abilities were made, general mechanics were updated, some new aesthetic additions were added, there are plenty of bug fixes, so check out the link in the description for the full set of patch notes. Until next time.